Hi, everybody. Welcome to POFT 1301 Business English. My name is Leah Morales, and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. Just for those of you who do not know, I do work full time at Panola College. I am the Instructional Administration Coordinator. You can find me if you ever need to see me face to face in the VP of Instruction suite, here at Panola College. But the best way to contact me is via Canvas email. I do the best I can to get back to you as quickly as possible. I have also been an online college student with a full-time job, and I understand what it is to be working in the evenings or on weekends, sort of odd times, and need a question answered. So I will do everything I can to get back with you as quickly as possible. I will tell you I'm a bit of an early to bed, early to riser, so you're probably more likely to be able to get a direct answer at 6 o'clock in the morning than after 10 at night. And I know for some of you that's probably complicated, but I will do the best I can to never leave you hanging for an extended period of time with questions. Now, this course will cover the parts of speech and how to write sentences and paragraphs using correct grammar, punctuation, capitalization, and numbers. We're going to cover sentence structure and how to write more complex sentences. This is so important. If you learn how to write properly and professionally, it can do you a world of good in business. We live in a world where the art of writing is a bit getting lost. We all text so much shorthand, and we're just not as conscious of grammar and things as we used to be. So I just really want to encourage you to take this course very seriously because this is a small thing you can do that will really carry you far, that will make you appear very professional if you understand how to write correctly better than the other people who are maybe applying for the job or who are working in similar positions. And we don't want to turn everything into a competition, but we know that often in the business world it is, and this can give you a little bit of a leg up. Now, this is an 8-week course, and many of you may be familiar with that format, but I always start all my 8-week courses by saying, please understand that 8 weeks does not mean less work. It means the same work in less time. So it might seem to go really quickly. In most of the modules, we cover what would be 2 textbook chapters in one module. Some of the modules you have a week, but not everything is a full week. You've got to make sure to get all of the work done. I do open the entire course from day one. Again, I have been an online student, and I know how some weeks I have lots of time and some weeks I have almost no time. And so I like to work ahead to make sure that I can keep up with everything. You are absolutely welcome to work ahead. Just do not get behind because I will not grade late work. Be sure you keep up with everything that needs to be kept up with. I've mentioned textbook. You don't have to buy a textbook. All of your textbook is downloaded into your modules. So that is a blessing that you have. It's a benefit that you do not have to buy a textbook for this course. You will see that the bulk of the work in this course is quizzes and exams. You have practice quizzes in every module. You can take those as many times as you need to be sure that you fully understand the concept. I will encourage you to actually take them. Don't just keep going through guessing answers until you get 100 to try to raise your grade, because if you use them to actually make sure you understand, then you should do very well on the quizzes, which you can only take once, and then keep a good grade in the course, okay? You also, in this course, will have 3 exams that require Lockdown Browser. If you've taken any courses here at Panola College, you're familiar with how that works. If you have any questions or problems with it, please let me know. But you will be required to do the whole thing where you show your ID and scan your room and all of that, just to be sure that you are not using AI or other aid to help you with these exams. But honestly, if you've kept up with your practice quizzes and your quizzes, then you should do very well on the exams because it's all sort of an extension of itself. You also, over the course of this class, have an essay to complete. Now, this is just something I'm going to put right out there. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but this essay needs to be your writing. I know it's very tempting. I know AI can write you this beautiful essay, right? And it's tempting to use that. And I even know that in the business world, you may use AI to write things like grants and such for you to help you in your career, to help you be more efficient. But this needs to be your own work. I'm telling you now, drop every essay into an AI checker. And if it flags more than 30%, I will not give you credit for that writing. The first time it happens, I will give you an opportunity to rewrite your submission, but after that, you will just get a 0. But I want to tell you, here's the good news as far as your grade goes on this essay. It is not something to be nervous about. You should be able to make a great grade on this essay because it is one essay submitted 3 different times, okay? The first 2 drafts, I will give you lots of feedback and edits and corrections that need to be made, provided that there are those that need to be made. The grade on the first 2 submissions is basically based on just submitting it, right? And on the second one, on submitting it with the corrections from the first draft. You basically get 100 for turning it in, okay? I'm not going to mark off for all of the errors that I had to note on the first and second submission, unless on the second submission you've not corrected from the first submission. But then on the third submission, if you turn that in, your final draft, and you've completed all of your corrections and responded to all of the suggestions that I've made, then really this essay should not be something to stress about. You should know right up front that it should be 3 fairly easy 100s as long as you do it and complete it on time, okay? And that is really the crux of this course. That's mostly what there is to it. Grammar can be complicated because we don't speak properly, right? We don't talk good. Most of us don't. I don't. You hear me speaking. I have a very Southern accent. I use a lot of colloquialisms that are, just phrases that only mean something if you're from here and know what they mean. Most of the time in our speaking to one another, our grammar is improper and we don't even notice. So it can be a little confusing. I am here to help. There's lots and lots of information, all of your modules. I try to make my own lecture videos and also connect you to other videos so that if I miss telling you something, maybe you can pick it up somewhere else. But always reach out if you have questions. I wish you the best of luck with this course. Again, I encourage you to take this course seriously because the ability to write properly will really take you far. I can't stress it enough. Reach out if you need help, and best of luck with this course.